So Topstep recently raised the prices across their trading combine offerings, which means it is time for a fully updated breakdown of the math, because as we all know, the prop firm industry is constantly shifting and changing its rules, and it is our job as traders to adapt and make sure we're spending our money wisely. So today we're looking at exactly how this recent price hike actually impacts the math between the standard path and the no activation fee path, and we're going to figure out which one actually makes the most sense for you depending on your specific trading style. So in this video, we're going to look at all the numbers behind these new changes, and we're going to figure out the exact new break-even point between the standard and no activation fee paths. And we're also going to take a look at whether the no activation fee option is a genuinely good deal or if it is slowly becoming a trap, and exactly who should be utilizing it versus who should be staying far away from it. But before we dive into the numbers, if you appreciate these transparent breakdowns of prop firm updates and real trading recaps, please drop a like for the algorithm and subscribe so you don't miss any future updates. You can also join my free Discord to talk about these changes with other traders. The link is in the description below. And I want to be completely upfront here right at the start. My personal choice has always been the standard path, and in this video I'm going to make the absolute best argument I can for why the standard path is the better choice for building a long-term trading career. But I also want to make it clear that trading is a highly individualized discipline, so what is considered optimal is entirely subjective to your own experience and your own personal trading style. So while I'm going to advocate heavily for the standard path in this video, the no activation fee path might still be a no-brainer for you. There's no right or wrong here, and my goal with this video is really just to help newer traders make a fully informed decision before spending their money on something that might not actually be a good fit for them. So to start things off, what exactly is the fundamental difference between these two paths? Just like the name suggests, the standard path requires an activation fee once you actually pass the combine and get funded, but it gives you a significantly cheaper monthly subscription fee while you're in the testing phase. On the other hand, the no activation fee path eliminates that cost once you pass completely, so you don't have to pay anything after to get your funded account. But it does charge a much higher monthly premium upfront while you're still in the testing phase. And earlier this month, Topstep bumped up the standard activation fee from $129 to $149 while raising the monthly subscription price for the no activation fee accounts as well. So if you're a massive fan of the no activation fee path before these changes rolled out, we really need to sit down and ask if the math still makes sense, because that margin of savings is getting smaller and smaller, and it changes the entire timeline of how you should approach your trading combines. Because under the old pricing, the break-even point set at a little over 3 months, meaning if you passed before 4 months, the no activation fee was definitely the cheaper route to take. But now with the price hike, that break-even point has shrunk down to a little over 2 months. So you now have to pass your trading combine in under 3 months for the no activation fee to actually save you any money overall. And on my last video covering this exact topic, I saw so many comments with people saying that no one takes 4 months to pass an eval, and many traders pass their trading combines in 2 days or a week. And honestly, if you can do that consistently without blowing up, more power to you. But you really have to look at the entire lifespan of the account and ask yourself honestly if you actually saved any money if you sprinted to pass the eval in a week, only to blow up the funded account soon after and have to start the entire cycle all over again. I choose the standard path because even though I might pass the combine in 2 months or less, I try to play the long game, and just from personal experience, I know that forcing an outcome in the markets, it's just never sustainable. So even if it takes me a couple months and it costs me a little bit more upfront to reach funded, I prefer to practice my discipline rather than rush the process just to beat a monthly subscription rebill. And because that break-even point has shrunk down to 3 months now, resets are just more punishing now. A single reset on no activation fee path can wipe away almost all of your potential savings, instantly bringing your total cost up to $218 for a 50K account. Personally, I would much rather pay a little more, around $247 on the standard path for 2 full months and just not feel rushed at all. Because I know for a fact that I don't perform well when there's literal ticking clock forcing me to pass before the monthly rebill just so I can save a few dollars. The market can smell your desperation, and when you feel that pressure of the subscription renewing, it is incredibly easy to fall into a massive gambling spiral and maxing out your leverage just to force passing by full porting before that rebill. But again, if you're a seasoned veteran who wants to quickly pass an eval and get funded as soon as humanly possible, I completely understand using the no activation fee plan to pass quickly. Because yes, to be completely fair to the math, if you execute your plan flawlessly and everything in the market works out in your favor, and you pass in 2 days or even in a week, you would absolutely be saving about $89. And even if you end up taking one reset but still pass in 1 month, or if you just take 2 full months to pass without any resets, you are still going to save around $29. But for the vast majority of us who are either trying to find our strategy and or trying to build discipline, speed running an eval just doesn't matter as much if that same reckless mindset blows up your funded account before you've ever seen your first payout. I'm more than willing to pay a slight premium for the peace of mind to patiently follow my strategy because you simply cannot force the market to pay you. Market conditions change weekly and trading is entirely a game of probabilities. So the standard path just offers the flexibility and the insurance to trade at your own pace without unnecessary resets or timeline pressure. So you really have to ask yourself if saving that $89 up front or even that $29 is truly worth the added mental tax when day trading is incredibly hard as it is. If all of this sounds easy to you, you probably already knew the answer before clicking on this video. But for newer traders, I just want to make sure you don't fall into the trap of grabbing the cheaper month one option, only to end up spending way more because you traded with a rush timeline and absolutely no strategy or plan. But in the end, choose the path that fits you and your style because trading is highly individualized and you have to choose the path that ultimately makes the most sense for your trading. So the big question is, which path are you choosing now after these price changes? Are you sticking to the no activation fee path, or did I get you to consider the standard path? Let me know in the comments below. And if you got any value of this video, please give it a like to help out the channel and subscribe so you don't miss the next platform update or announcements.